Yeah, it's welcome back to another edition of Where the Tigers Walk. We've got three Hull fans ready to dissect that Derby County game. And our big question this week is, what is the style now? Some people are calling on Walter to actually sort this out. It's unknown. We're also talking about Portsmouth as we preview that next game. These three are going to vote for their October Player of the Month. And we're asking you and these guys to choose the three teams that get on your nerves the most in the Championship and relegate them down to League One. Stay to the end of the video to watch that. If you haven't yet done so, please hit the subscribe button. We really look forward to building this channel up as quickly as we can. Let's jump straight into it then, shall we, Jack? You were at the Derby game with 2,600, was it? How was it?
Yeah, it was good. Good to be back on the road again. The last away game I did was QPR, which is a good one. But yeah, it's just the atmosphere. The atmosphere was brilliant. I mean, when we went 1-0 up, it was booming. But again, we just needed to keep that lead to keep the fans happy. It just became a bit dull after that, and it was getting quite boring.
Okay, Matty, the Derby fans we spoke to said actually Hull are one of the better sides we've seen at Pride Park this season. That you played on the front foot. They said, was that your impression of what you watched?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was definitely lots of positives from the game. I think particularly in the first half, at the beginning of the first half, we played well. Second half, I thought we were probably the better team, to be honest, and we created enough chances. Soft goal again that we've just conceded from a cross into the box, which should have been defended. But overall, I thought we were probably the better team, and we should have won it. Really, lots of positives again. Something to build on. We keep saying this every week, don't we? Lots of positives. Just turning the corner and getting that result that we need. But yeah, overall, I was happy with the performance. Thought they played well.
Let's have a look at a bit of social media, shall we? Ben, Brad says, only at Hull City can we bring in a manager known for attacking football and make his style look so blunt. And all this talk of Waterball and how exciting attacking we would be. We are terrible going forward, and it's so slow. I feel like I could rewind our podcast to like a month ago and look back to similar kind of tweets. At the risk of sounding boring, Ben, is it slow and ponderous?
Do you know what? I think over recent games, it's got a lot better going forward. We've looked more of a unit in attack. We've looked like we've actually wanted to get the ball up the pitch quicker, as opposed to a couple of games ago where we were just sort of like holding on to it, trying to figure out a way forward. But certainly against Derby, we created chances. Even against Burnley, we did the exact same down either side, and just were unlucky not to get all 3 points from both games, I think.
Okay. Some more, Jack, they're pretty much the same. Ashley says, so far, it looks like it's a big mistake back on employing Walter. We go from a manager who just missed out on playoffs stacked because we needed a better style. That's fair enough. Heart attack and attacking football so far isn't winning football. Get it sorted. And I couldn't believe this one from Chavo. Stop being edgy, Walter, and change the style. Edgy? Okay, Jack. You and Ben are both journalists, and you write great reports, both of you, each week about the games. But explain what style this is to us, because I thought I had it nailed, and then I watched a bit of you against Burnley, and I watched a bit of you against Derby, and it seems like he keeps trying different things in different games.
Yeah, there is no style, I think. It depends what opponent we have and how they set up, but you can tell he's trying to do something every game. He's rotating the squad quite a lot, changed some players out. Badia came out for some reason against Burnley when João Pedro was on, and Badia started again against Derby. So yeah, I think it's based on the opponent rather than his style. It's just a bit disjointed at the moment, and it's not good for the players. We need to just click with one style of play. I mean, QPR and Stoke were true examples, and Cardiff as well, true examples. If we just press and be on the front foot from the first minute to the last, we can score goals and win games. But as soon as you start changing it a little bit, we just fall out of games, just like we did against Derby.
Is it enjoyable for you to watch, Matty, as a whole fan? I mean, you've seen a lot of different managers and different styles here, but are you enjoying this any more than last season?
I don't know. I was thinking that with the Burnley Sunderland game. I was thinking, how much has it actually changed from when we had Rossini in last season? And I still can't see that. I can't see the difference between what it was last season and this season. They're still very much trying to play out from the back, and it is at times really, really risky. And we are putting ourselves under massive amounts of danger at the back. But I'm trying to be positive because I think it does, and we keep saying he needs time. But he's shown a bit of adaptability the last couple of games. I think Sunderland and Burnley, I think we were probably going in thinking, God, we might be on the end of a tonkin here by one of these, but it didn't. And I think, Sunderland, we played well first half. We contained them. They didn't create an awful lot. Burnley was the same. Didn't create a lot. So is he actually showing a bit of adaptability like Jack says against the better teams? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Everybody wants attacking football, but at the end of the day, it's results driven, isn't it? So he's showing adaptability, and we've managed to get a positive result against Burnley. We should have won on Saturday. It's a really difficult striking that balance. Everybody wants to win 5-0, 4-0. It's just not going to happen in this league. So yeah, it's still pretty boring, but we're picking up results against the better teams. I don't think we look out of place against these bigger teams. I think we're in the game against them, but we got beat 4-0 by Norwich. So he's got to show some adaptability to change it against the better teams. And he was positive on Saturday. I thought he was positive anyway. So it's going to take time again, isn't it? So yeah.
Right. Ben, Hull are the only side in the whole division that have played the top 4 teams now in Sunderland, Burnley, Leeds and Sheffield United. So to what extent do we need to just balance out the points return, the wins with the actual opposition you've been playing? Because no one's documented it yet, but you have, from a fixture point of view, you haven't had it easy. It does get easier this month or going into November in terms of the level of teams you're playing. Do we have to count for that? Or should we be looking at it saying, no, Hull should be up there with them?
I think it has been a tough run. Obviously, Leeds was almost at a point where we still didn't fully understand the style of play because it was so early on in the season. And then we faced Sunderland and Burnley back to back, obviously following a heavy defeat against Norwich, who are also looking good. So yeah, we've played a lot of the top sides, and I think for the most part we've matched them or done our absolute best to match them. It's just we're still lacking something to be considered that sort of like similar level as those big teams, I think. And it's glaringly obvious when you go away to Derby and boss the game and then come away with just a point.
Okay. I mean, you are the most mid-table side of any mid-table side. You sit in 15th with 14 points. Your last 6 results are 2 wins, 2 losses and 2 draws. I mean, no one can predict what's going to happen in a whole game. I certainly don't include you in my bets at the weekend. All right, let's leave that game alone, shall we then, for a second, and let's focus on Pompey. Before we do that, Liam Miller, Jack, out for the season. That's devastating news, isn't it?
It's a heavy blur. I mean, you can see he was in a lot of pain when he went down on Wednesday night, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But the news was broken after the game against Derby, and it was just sad because he's one of those players who you can bring on at any point and he'll change the game. So yeah, he's going to be a big asset that we're going to miss, but we hope for a speedy recovery.
Absolutely, yeah, we do. We wish him well. Okay, well, this weekend sees the reverse of the last game of the season fixtures. So I'm guessing, hopefully, Matty, when we roll this fixture on its head and head down to Fretton Park in May, that what are we going to be celebrating with Hull?
Oh, we're celebrating the end of the season. We'll be having a party, as we always do. So I think I still think we will be celebrating mid-table mediocrity and staying up, which I don't think is a bad thing. All considering, I think, we will be. Yeah, we will be, happy that we've maintained where we are for the season. The season up to build on, and we'll be looking forward to the next season going forward, having bedding all these players in, hopefully not losing as many as what we did last summer, and going forward with this young squad, which it does show potential, and that's what we've got to remember. It's a very young team still, and they are showing a lot of potential. We're just not the finished article yet, and hopefully that will come towards the end of the season when we start putting a decent run together. I think, but I can't see it. We're not going to be. I don't think we'll honestly be pushing at the top of the league, but I don't think we'll get relegated. I think we'll be absolutely fine.
No, but this is not going to be a relegation 6-pointer, is it? In May between Pompey and Hull. No,
hopefully not.
No. All right, Ben. Let's talk about Portsmouth then. The last time you played them was 2020 when you were both in League One. I think they came in and actually won when you were both together in that league. I mean, how do you see this game going this weekend? They are in a real rotten way at the moment.
That's it. They're playing Hull City, aren't they? So it could go either way. They've won one so far this season.
Way at QPR.
It's a bit of a. I think for every City game, it's a bit of an unknown. You can't really say, "Oh, we're going to win this game. We're going to win that game." I'd like to say we're going to win this game. It's just whether we're all firing and then the style of play is working as it should be. If we can score some goals, it'd be nice, and hold on to a lead, that would be even nicer. I think we'll win. I'm just not sure how comfortably.
Okay, Jack, do you have this down as a 2-0, 3-0, 4-0?
I'd love to say this, but as I said in my match report, you can't write any team off. Just like Ben said, Hull City are just the worst team. We can turn anyone's fortune around, no matter where they are in the league. They come players and they can start winning and picking up points, and it's really annoying because it's just unfortunate. We should be winning these games and we should be confident, but you just can't.
Okay. I want to ask you all for your October Player of the Month, but before that, again, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. We're looking to get to 100 subscribers before the end of November. Can you help us out with that? Certainly, can you help us get to 70 on the back of this one? If you haven't pushed the button, please do so. Really, really appreciate it. October Player of the Month then, Matty, who gets it for you?
I think there's been a couple. I think probably the last few games, Charlie Hughes has definitely put himself in the shop window for that. He's been outstanding since obviously the Norwich game when he was kind of thrown in. He's been, I would probably say, he's been probably our best player. Xavier Simons as well, outstanding. Last 3 games has been absolutely brilliant. Obviously scored two goals as well, which has kind of helped him with that. So I don't think you can probably go any further than them. Drama as well. Sorry, boys, I've just steal every single player.
So let them have a go. Yeah.
All these are in my notes.
But Cody, Drama's been outstanding as well. To say he's playing out of position, he has been. He's probably been our best signing. And he was one that was free as well. So sorry, lads, I'll leave you with whoever else is available. So from those 3.
Well, you only allowed one, Matty. Which one are you having from that lot?
I'll go with Simons.
Okay. Ben?
I don't want to repeat what Matty said, but I'd say probably the same 3, maybe chucking Ivor Pandor, who's been good, obviously, barring the mistake for the goal against Derby. But I think mine would probably be Charlie Hughes, because since he's come in, he's just solidified the defence. We've not looked anywhere near as shaky as we have before he was there at the back. So, yeah, Charlie Hughes is the one for me, I'd say.
Brilliant. Jack?
Yeah, this might be an odd choice, but I think he's just impressed, and you can't really fault him at the moment. I think Proeta has been pretty good. I took my friend who doesn't really support Hull City to the game on Saturday, and he said to me he was our best player on the pitch. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. I think he's been one of those players who's just created so much, but no one's really given him much credit. So for that, I'm going to give it to Pareto.
Brilliant. 3 very good shouts there. Can you beat that? If you can, you know what to do. Drop it in the comments below, and we'll give some shout outs for that next week. Right, before we finish then, it is Halloween, of course, this week, and we're asking you, all of you, to think about the 3 teams that get on your nerves the most and you'd love to see in some sort of evil spell to get rid of from this division. So we're going to give each of you the power to relegate 3 teams, and you can tell us why. So far, no one's sent Hull down from any of the other clubs. We're only halfway there yet. Leeds sent down the 2 Sheffield clubs and Borough. So,
we'll return the favour. We'll send Leeds down, definitely.
Right, Jack, let's start with you then. Which clubs get on your nerves the most in terms of the fan bases? And
I'm going to go Middlesbrough for one. They always really annoy me when they come to the MKM Stadium. And I've never seen them beat them as well, so that's why. I'm going to go Leeds for obvious reasons, and I'm going to go for Cardiff. I think when they bring their crew with them, they cause a bit of a trouble in our ground. So and they're Welsh as well, so they can go back.
Ben.
I'd agree. I think all 3 of us are going to say Leeds. Just it's Leeds, isn't it? I don't really think I need to explain anymore. I think I'd probably go with Sheffield Wednesday, just because they always go on about the attendance in the playoff final, and that's the reason why they lost that game. So yeah, I think that's a nailed on one for me. And then 3rd one, I don't know, someone like Sunderland or Norwich who think they're. I know Sunderland and Norwich are both doing well this season, and their praise is justified. But more often than not, they think they're a lot bigger than they are. So if I had to choose, I'd probably say Sunderland, especially with how they're doing this season.
Okay, Matty, settle this for us.
Yeah, obviously FC massive. Would be my favourites to go down. Like Ben says, they're just so annoying, aren't they? So, just throw maybe a couple. I'm not a big fan of Derby, just because the history and stuff like that. They just rabbit on about it, and it's like Forest, isn't it? You won the Champions League, but it was 40 odd years ago. Do you know what I mean? They won the league 40 odd years ago. So Derby for me, Derby could go. So. And anybody else, Leeds, whatever, yeah. So that would be my choice.
Brilliant. All right, put your choices below as well. Let us know who you would get rid of. Thank you very much, you 3. Enjoy the Portsmouth game. It's not on telly, this one. We've not seen Hull on TV for a while, haven't we?
That's a surprise.
A rare 3 o'clock kickoff.
So 3 o'clock, right? Okay, right. Enjoy that one. Then we'll see you the other side of that game. Cheers, fellas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Cheers.